Hello everyone, in 4.2.1, CRT introduced two new things, the Meteor and the new mission of the Race for Stanton mission chain, Resource Drive. Well, Resource Drive isn't exactly going well. First, queues. What I find so interesting and so sad, CRT is still absolutely clueless. CRT knew for many years we'll get server meshing and a much higher player cap on one server shard. But CRT did nothing to prepare for this. This is a screenshot from Reddit, not refund, no, the White Knight Reddit. People want to do the mission and they are now in queues and have to wait until the landing pad with the freight elevator is free. Are you serious, CRT? Is this your kind of gameplay? I feel very sorry for everyone who's playing Star Citizen and has only one monitor. Star Citizen is one of the games I cannot play without having YouTube, Netflix, Prime, whatever on my second monitor.
Why'd you pull the commodities out of the shop?
Okay, so in previous patches when we have tried to do commodity gathering, we might have overlooked the possibility that people would spend most of their gameplay time standing in queues, trying to buy what meager scraps there were from shops. So we made it a lot easier for you this time. It's not available in shops anywhere.
Wow, CRT, you made it so much easier for us. Instead of having queues at terminals, we have now queues at outposts, waiting for a free spot to use the freight elevator. CRT in year 13 with $1 billion in funding, and this was in January according to Carl Jones, you haven't even done the bare minimum like making the foundation for an MMO. No, instead we have all those queues. Queues leaving hangar, queues using ASOPs, queues using freight elevators at outposts, queues using trade terminals, queues at the ship buy rent consoles, etc, etc. All of this because, once again, CRT never has a plan, never has a concept, never thinks at once, and never thinks things through.
This event shouldn't be a bottleneck.
Tell me you don't understand your own game without telling me you don't understand your own game. I also would like to point out that cargo freight elevators are not exactly working well. Since introduction they are bugged. Right now there are again reports that freight elevators are bugged again, especially at outposts. CRT, how can you design missions around freight elevators when you know exactly well that those are still, shit to this day? I heard rumors some people are throwing med pens into freight elevators to prick them. Even if this is true, freight elevators are buggy even at best of times, even when no one is messing with them. And it shouldn't be possible to prick a freight elevator by throwing a med pen into them. Yeah, it is only possible because CRT hasn't even done the bare minimum. And of course we have griefers, people waiting at outposts for a spot at a freight elevator or trying to load their ships. There's still little to no consequence for griefing in Star Citizen, even in higher security areas. CRT knows about all of this, but they said, fuck it, we are going forward with the Resource Drive event. And it doesn't help that CRT lost a lot of their good devs and replaced them with cheap, young and inexperienced people. I want to remind everyone again, we are not talking about a small indie studio just starting. We are talking about a game studio in year 13 with $1 billion in funding, and this was in January 2025 already. Remember 2025, the year of stability, playability and bug fixing? So far we see little to nothing of this. Remember this? Letter from the chairman, December 2024, 2025, a focus on playability. As we jump into the new year, our primary focus across our Star Citizen teams is clear, improving playability. Our drive for playability surrounds three critical areas: performance, stability and content. A lot of people thought, fantastic, they are finally working on playability. That's so nice. And then I saw this on Spectrum. The epiphany we've had is, okay, we need to focus on how the game plays now. We've got to improve the quality of life. We got to improve the user experience. Chris Roberts wrote to release CitizenCon 2018. This means more than 6 years ago, Chris already played this card.
And we're running a live game, and that's sort of the epiphany that we've had internally, which is, okay, we need to focus on how the game plays now. We've got to improve the quality of life. We've got to improve the user experience. the UI, how you get into it, make it accessible, ensure that the gameplay right now is polished. We're not there yet, but we are definitely working towards that every single release, and that is a priority for us.
Yeah, Chris thinks we are stupid, Chris thinks we forget. Chris can just play the same hand again. Playability in year 13 is still trash, not even elevators work reliably. And Chris is not wrong, I actually forgot about this, so thank you very much for this screenshot. So I thought maybe I can find more, let's see.
We evaluate where we are, set priorities, and make adjustments while also looking at quality of life issues in the current gameplay.
Are the things that we want to address for quality of life, or things we could do in the game to make the gameplay right now feel better? Because ultimately, the amount of functionality that we have actually in the game right now, if it all works together and works well, is more than a lot of release games. Sea of Thieves just came out, and we have like more variety of missions, hell of a lot more ships, a bunch more stuff that you can do, and a lot more area to play in.
Gameplay is getting a lot of attention this quarter as we are trying to focus on quality of life improvements and upgrades to current in-game systems and features.
Things that we're trying to fix towards 3.5, which are more like quality of life improvements and making sure that it's as bug-free as we possibly can. I think just general fixes and basically quality of life stuff. That's been a major one.
We've had a lot of talk lately about a renewed focus towards quality of life fixes and making the game as it is now more enjoyable, more stable. What can you tell us a little bit about what that plan is for Q4? I know we've got 3.7.1 on the PTU right now. Take us through what you know.
Yeah, so 3.7.1 is up on PTU now. There's definitely, when we went live with 3.7.0, there were some issues, there were some bugs that we definitely wanted fixed, but we wanted to go ahead and get 3.7 out the door. So we're working towards those things, and we're trying to get that live. And then yeah, looking ahead to this rest of this quarter, I think we definitely want to do at least one more point patch, and then we'll obviously have 3.8 at the end of the year. And you're right, like there is a absolute push right now to get more focus on quality of life fixes.
And we've also been shifting to quality of life staggered development, which is, you saw a little bit of that in Alpha 3.7. We're more serious about that. So we've moved the teams to 6-month cycles. We're still delivering patches every 3 months, but the teams themselves get 6 months to work on their features or their content that will go into whatever patch they're sort of designated for.
Is there still a small team working on quality of life bug fixes? The game keeps getting new stuff, but there are still loads of persistent bugs that make playing what we have frustrating.
It's actually company-wide.
Hey everybody, the upcoming 3.17.2 patch looks to bring with it a variety of new gameplay opportunities, bug fixes, and quality of life improvements.
We also have an expectation that teams account for time to address what we call quality of life issues and bug fixing. And so along with the feature development commitments, because we would need to develop this specific feature, we ask for teams to account for unknown unknowns, we ask for teams to account for tech debt, we ask for teams to account for quality of life and bug fixing. And so it's just a matter of what percentage of the team's times are spent on each of those allocations. And often new feature development dominates the team's schedule, but there are times where we pull those levers around and we say, okay, we're going to need to spend more time on quality of life this quarter, or more time on bug fixing, or more time on tech debt.
There's some minor improvement. For example, NPCs are now reacting to us much better, but overall there's very little progress. And here are some postings on Reddit and Spectrum. R-Star Citizen, not refunds, this is a White Knight Reddit Star Citizen. Q9, bugs during this event for your information. First, the outpost elevator ate my cargo. One of the guys who helped out while being there said that happened 3 times. Second, while on my ship I was teleported from the ship when I got into the ATLS. Third, jumping to the station, the game thinks you are in a restricted zone and it tries to store your ship. There's other ones like ATLS bug on the raft. R-Star Citizen again, griefing. A one-person egress griefed everyone at Clio, and there was nothing non-capital ships could do against it. I was in a Connie shooting for 30 minutes at the back shields and just out-healed one of, if not the highest DPS in the game. He just ignored me and railgunned any ship trying to do cargo runs. Pay to win. By the way, links to the threads are in my first pinned comment below. The worst part isn't that the cargo system can't handle this event, it's that we all saw it coming and CRG didn't. Yeah, how can CRG not see this? How can CRG think, yeah, our freight elevators are fine? CRG knows perfectly well they have to rewrite the code for ATC, for elevators, for ship elevators, for freight elevators. Benoit said this in February 2025 in Star Citizen Live. Great event, poor chaos. Either CRG doesn't give a fuck, or CRG didn't know this would happen.
I don't know which is worse.
Elevator broken, pet is cramped, got a crime set for trying to move abandoned ships. Great event, 10 out of 10. Q Simulator Mark II, Corporate needs to define the difference between this picture and this picture. They are the same picture. Yeah, instead of queues at waiting consoles, we have now queues at outposts. 10 out of 10 CRG. Or how about Spectrum, Kazuo Kuwabara, Amethyst Zone at cargo collection points, playground for griefers. I have noticed that griefers are putting in a ton of effort at creativity, trying to stop people from completing even the intro mission. Filling the landing area with bulky ships, tossing crates onto the elevator roof, stealing one SCU for intro mission, etc. Yeah, read somewhere that putting crates onto the elevator roof breaks the freight elevator. This is so unbelievable, but this is CRG, so I guess this is true. And the thing is, having these areas in Amethyst Zone prevents us as players from doing anything about it. We cannot shoot at pirates and thieves, and if someone steals our cargo, the only way to get it back is to ram their ship, which is a bannable offense, which makes it even more fun to be a griefer, I imagine.
Let's move back to the cargo refactor a bit. When it comes to loading and unloading of cargo in space, docking arms for ships and in hangars, how do you plan to protect the player's ship from someone coming on board during a manual loading process and flying away or stowing away on board? Basically, how can players protect themselves during this vulnerable time?
Yeah, I think the bigger question is, how are you going to protect your ship and your cargo that's being loaded and unloaded on your ship?
Yeah, and year 13, CRG hasn't even done the bare minimum. We still have no security, no police forces, even in high security areas. We still cannot even lock our ships. Everyone who makes it onto the pilot seat has full control over our ship. We cannot secure our cargo, we cannot throw a weapon, and if needed, shoot a thief because this is an Amethyst Zone. Cooper Kenshin wanted elevator mechanics. There seems to be a shortage of elevator mechanics around Stanton. If you are looking to earn money and start your own self-running business fixing elevators, this will be a good opportunity. Yeah. Ronish, are the mission designers aware of the most common bugs, year of stability? Very simple question, there are only two answers. Yes, then why are they designing missions that rely on aspects of the game that are known to break? Elevators, for example, to load up commodities, among many other bugs that have persisted. No? Then why is there a lack of communication between the teams? What steps can be taken by devs to make sure important knowledge is known to mission designers? Yeah, either CRG doesn't care or CRG doesn't know, and I don't know which is worse. AK Wallace H, CRG silliness, if I were to name a work of art. Not a picture of abandoned ships at an outpost.
What the fuck is this piece of shit?
Yeah, CRG knew for many years they will increase player cap when we get server meshing, but CRG did nothing to prepare for this. Nothing at all. Chris and CRG never have a plan, never have a concept, never think in advance, and never think things through. We will fix it later, but later never comes. Ask 907, CRG, maybe we should call off this event until the issues are resolved. We have bugs, massive bugs. We have choke points, and quite significant ones at that. I stop here. You can just go to Reddit and Spectrum and read all about this catastrophe.
You poisoned Tolwyn against me from the start, and he's had it out for me ever since.
I got news for you. Tolwyn had nothing to do with your lack of promotion. Your flying style took care of that for you. Tolwyn doesn't even know you're alive.
Oh, that's what you think. Everybody knows about the maniac. Everybody. How many people here know about the maniac, huh? Oh, it's a mirror. How many people here know about the maniac, huh? Anybody at all? Don't jump up all at once or anything, everybody. How many people here know about the maniac? I do.
Carl, yes, you're ruining my movie, man.
There I was at the counter at Schwab's drugstore in Hollywood. Chris is an amazing young man. He wears dresses occasionally, yes, but don't we all have skeletons in the closet? It's not something to judge the man for, it's something to celebrate. And we celebrate Chris around here on the set, whether he's in his can-can outfit or not. We love him, we care about him, and we ask him to get some help. That's all.
Hey, you're still here. You might want to join me on Twitter or on Blue Sky.